Hello and welcome to Flappity Flap Podcast with your hosts Brennan and Sarah.
You should not drink that green tea. You don't need any more. Although I feel like you're right. This is right before you crash.
That was it. That was all my energy.
Your eyes are red. They're kind of like that half-lidded,
No, I'm getting pumped. I'm pumped.
He's pumping himself. Not pumping
himself. I'm not pumping.
He's pumping
anything.
his arms.
Jesus.
I saw a radio show, I think on BBC, called Unpopular Opinions, which is a song, the theme song that the guy sings has been running through my head all day. And I think it's
and mine.
I know.
By
virtue of me singing it all
yes.
day. Yeah. I think it's in the style of calypso. But I don't want to sing it because it's probably like copyright or something. But they have this guy who's the host has Coldplay. Well, he has Chris Martin and one other guy who I don't know what instrument he plays. But anyway, so they have people call in and give unpopular opinions, and then Coldplay comments on it. And I think they just have other celebrity guests. I think maybe Will Smith was on there. Maybe it's part of the circuit, like other interviews. But I thought it was a funny idea. So I thought maybe we could just come up with a few, because like one person said they hate getting flowers, which I totally sympathize with because...
And you said Will Smith was on there?
I didn't watch his, but I just noticed they had other...
Did he say that smacking Chris Rock was a good idea?
No,
Unpopular opinion?
It was probably before that incident, because I'm pretty sure he probably won't be invited for a while to return. So one person said they hated getting flowers, which I sympathize with because someone used to get me flowers every year for my birthday.
Was me.
No, it wasn't. It was a coworker, and it was sweet and all, but I'm not really like a flower. I'm not really like a plant person. I prefer like houseplants because they stay alive for a long time. But I'd have to water them, and then I'd feel obligated like to keep them alive for as long as possible, and then rinse out this
so
nest.
Much work.
Just not super into flowers. Another person said they hate personalized numbers.
I don't like flowers either. I mean, you're basically keeping something alive that's gonna die in like a week. It's not like a houseplant that you can...
It's a little upsetting when you put it that way.
Yeah, it kind of is. Because a houseplant you can at least keep alive, Why am
I so burpy all of a sudden?
That was a gross burp, too.
It was.
It was like... She turned her head away, but like did this like...
You can tell... You can just tell that it's very like... There's a lot going on with that.
Like, I'm glad I'm over here.
Did you hear that? What was going on in your mouth? I'm glad that I'm over here.
Yeah. It's called having a spit bubble across your throat.
So do you have any unpopular opinions?
Probably.
Yeah?
I think usually the guests have time to think about them before they call in. Do you?
Yeah, probably. Unpopular opinion.
You're unbelievable. Do you have any unpopular opinions? And then I shut you down. And you're like, come on.
Okay, like what's like a movie that's really good or that everyone thinks is really good that you don't like or that we don't like?
A very popular movie when I was in high school was Clockwork Orange. And I just didn't think it was that great.
Yeah, I think saying that Clockwork Orange is like not a good movie or whatever.
I mean, maybe it is good in its own way, but I just didn't get the hype. I watched it and was like, meh.
Yeah, I watched it because it was just, I think I went through a phase in my life where I was maybe trying to read certain like literary books or acclaimed, not edgy, but just trying to like watch like some acclaimed films. And that was one of them. And it was like kind of really boring and then also really disturbing. So
a real great mix. It's really what you want.
I feel like with Kubrick films, you don't really sympathize with anyone. I mean, maybe in 2001 A Space Odyssey. And I haven't seen a lot of them, but I sympathize with the astronauts who were, doing battle with the computer. But I didn't sympathize with anyone in A Clockwork Orange except, I guess, like the rape victims.
Yeah, who wasn't really part of the movie except for, like, being raped.
Yeah.
Or, the old people or whatever getting beat up.
Yeah. And then, like, The Shining, I guess you do sympathize with the mom and the son, but it's just they're not easy watches. And
What's
I guess
a movie that you hate that is popular?
Actually, I can think of a band. That's one that easily comes to mind, and that'll give me time to think of a movie. I hate the Eagles. I hate. It's not even, I probably just hate their like radio songs that get played a lot. Because I really fucking hate what I hear on the radio of them.
I don't
and so
really
I've
get
never
that.
branched out to try to. I don't really hate them. They're just meh. All the songs to me are just meh.
They're very meh to me too, which is why I don't understand how you can hate them. Because it's like hating something that you can completely ignore is even there.
I think because when you, especially before we had like streaming music and iPods and stuff that you could, store, where you could pick your playlist and you have a limited amount of time on the radio, knock it off, and the fucking Eagles come on, that's 2 to 3 minutes, of wasted time that
You hear that, Eagles? You're wasting our time.
I think sometimes a meh song is worse than a bad song, because a bad song you can at least laugh at. There's some entertainment value, but a meh song, music is supposed to inspire and like
assuming
lift
that it's...
you up. Let me fucking finish. Lift you up. And an Eagles song, I just
that's assuming that it's like a comically bad song.
Like what's like a bad, like AC/DC I could still enjoy because it's so...
A bad song that is bad and just bad.
Bad and bad?
Whoa. Honky Tonk Badonka Donk.
I'd still enjoy that more than the Eagles.
Put a bullet in my head, please.
What song is that? Who sings that?
No, that's me saying. You knew.
I did. Yeah, I think I'm trying to think of other songs or bands that are just meh, that I kind of hate them with more of a passion than I do just like really bad bands or artists or songs.
That's strange.
Like that. I fucking hate. And it's not even like a horrible song.
What song is that again?
That's not Making My Way Downtown. There's like 2 of them that are very similar, I think.
Walking slow, something slow, and I'm slow now.
There's a couple different songs and I hate them so much. But partly because they were so overplayed and you just... But I think I would prefer... I'd prefer listening to AC/DC, who I really do not enjoy.
I have grown to hate AC/DC.
But I'd rather listen to them than those other, like, kind of meh pieces of shit.
I think I understand, too, your mindset behind this, because when I worked at the shop, I was forced to listen to Dionford all the time. All the time. And the first time I heard them, a friend showed them to me, and I was like, wow, these guys are pretty cool. They're called Dionford.
South African?
They're South African. And I mean, they're pretty cool. The guy's a rapper. He has another rapper name that he goes by that I forget. They're pretty cool. But like once you get something pounded into your brain that you're forced to listen to over and over and over again, it is like torture. And
I wasn't forced. Like I could change the station. It's not like anyone in my family loved the Eagles and I was forced to, but you
just had heard it too much.
I think
maybe.
Because they were on and are still on the radio a fair amount. Like
and it'll come on and I'll just be hearing like the equivalent of the sound of meh. And I just won't even notice it and you'll be like, oh gosh, turn it off.
Is that how I look?
Oh no.
Kill me.
That's how kill me now.
Yeah.
Insert this knife into my jugular.
Yeah, that's how I kind of felt like that about Titanic. So going back to the movies, but I think it's like...
You didn't like Titanic?
I had zero interest in seeing it and everyone hyped it up.
Movie.
And I think also what I'm realizing now is that like because when I play Subnautica, I know that I have like a fear of drowning, which is pretty normal. But
no, you're weird.
Shut up. But being stuck on a ship as it's sinking in the frozen Atlantic or Arctic or whatever the fuck it is, I think...
And then when it goes under, it can pull you into its vortex.
So that didn't help.
Apparently.
But also, I just kind of hated Leonardo DiCaprio. And the weird thing is, the older he's got, I really like him. But the whole hype around it and Celine Dion...
Because he was a little handsome boy.
He was a little pretty face boy. He's kind of grown more into a man. But I hated the whole thing about it and how everyone loved it and it was fucking long. And even my ex went to see it by himself in the theater and thought it was great. And I was just set. I was kind of set on hating it. Anyway, yeah. And now I think a lot more people are, okay, it's fine. Sometimes, you just like, you dig your heels in about something.
It's fair.
Because there's so much hype. And I just, like, I was like, I'm not going to see that You know?
Yeah, there's been a lot of that kind of stuff, like bacon and
bacon, which is so weird that you had to go out and get bacon. And then you were so mad when you thought you burnt the bacon. Like, so mad, you guys.
Yeah, I was cursing and I threw a pan into the sink.
Don't throw the pans. They're not our pans.
I know. I just got so angry. You know?
It's just weird that you just had to have bacon for a guy who is like meh about bacon.
Most of the time. I think it's just there's this huge hype over it. Yeah. Or at least there was. Like, oh, bacon.
Wrap bacon around stuff.
Yeah, and there was, the why can't I
bacon flavored underwear.
Why can't I what? Why can't I freaking remember anything? It's this show, this YouTube show where they would do bacon strips and bacon strips and bacon strips.
A YouTube show?
Yeah, I can't fucking remember for some reason. Probably because I haven't watched it in forever.
Bacon pancakes? Making bacon pancakes?
No, it's a cooking show. Anyway, super bacon hype, 10 years ago? Something like that.
Okay.
Everybody was freaking out about it. They were putting it in chocolate, which I had, and it tasted like chocolate with bacon grease in it.
Yeah, that's gross.
It was repulsive.
What's another unpopular opinion? I got just the fucking song is just going.
What were we talking about? Bacon and something else?
Bacon, Titanic, and the Eagles.
There was something else I had mentioned.
The triple threat.
There was something else I had mentioned.
Music? A movie? Food? A show?
I don't remember.
Oh, I have one. And this is partly because I'm in support of you, and also I won't watch it because you don't want to watch it, but I'm kind of on the same level as you with this. That Letterkenny is not funny.
I have grown to hate Letterkenny. And I think that's a very unpopular opinion.
Is it partly like the Titanic effect for me?
Much hype? There's the hype. And every character talks the same. And I get that that's like part of the joke. Oh, they're all from this same part of Canada and they all talk the same. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Shut up. You're all coked out Robin Williams. I don't want to hear it. You know?
The quick patter.
And that's a terrible thing to say because I think Robin Williams was a really good guy. But still.
But his delivery
is like exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
And you could only talk like that if you had pre-written out your lines.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a pre-written, pre-polished show, or is.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much.
It kind of makes me think of, totally different kind of show, and I'm not like comparing them except in the way that they speak, like Dawson's Creek, where
they never grew out of high school.
Speak like, PhDs in English, or I don't even know, like who talks like this.
And it's like these fucking country bumpkins never got out of high school. They're all mentally still in high school. I don't give a fuck. I don't want to. It's a shit show. Sorry,
you don't have to whisper because they'll just turn it up to hear what you're saying.
Fuck you guys. Shit show. I hate you.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so I think we're really getting getting somewhere here.
I'm sure, to their credit, I'm sure there are funny jokes here and there.
Mm-hmm. Here and there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think just the delivery of the lines and how over polished it is.
Mm-hmm. I think
just unrealistic.
Sometimes people can like stuff like that and it brings them together because you can like talk about it with your friends and maybe that elevates it in your mind because you talk about it. I'm sure there's stuff like that with us or with people that we talk about stuff with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So maybe like if you were just watching that show, you're by yourself, not you, but like my sister, for example, who I think is a fan. I think she'd be like, huh. But it wouldn't be like hilarious because when you're reliving it, rehashing it with your buds, it's like,
It's hyped up for the wrong reasons, I think. It's hyped up because it's Canadians and it's
Canadian hicks.
It's quirky.
It's a little new and giving you like, this is a slice of life, but it's not.
And they're hicks. And the kind of people that are watching this show are not hicks.
Yeah.
And they don't identify with American hicks, so why do you identify with Canadian hicks? Because they're the same people.
Yeah, but the American hicks are not the ones watching these Canadian hicks.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Sorry, it was convoluted. It was over my head. I'm too slow.
I think that's what I was saying. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that was good. We're digging deep. What else?
Are we?
Give me more. I like it. I like being controversial. No, I don't, actually. because I don't want to get hate. But I'm sure that there's someone out there who's going to be like, well, it's funnier than you guys.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Whatever.
I'm sure there are lines in it that are funny. Mm-hmm. I just can't get past the, like, we're talking quick lines now. Oh, yeah, there's some other kind of words that are, you know.
Okay, you're starting to rant now, and I'm afraid we're going to alienate some people.
I'm just saying
you made it clear.
That's why I don't like it.
Okay, yeah.
It's just the delivery, and everyone in the show has that delivery, and I just get tired watching it. Mm. Okay. I'll shut up about it now.
That's okay.
Because I'm sure there are some fans that are like, man, would this guy just shut the fuck up?
Well, I might do it for them. I might cut that lad. You know, I learned a cool thing today.
Maybe we shouldn't unpopular opinion, because we're just going to be alienating people.
Nah, because I think people will be like, oh my gosh. There'll be some people who'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm totally.
But most people are going to be like, fuck you, unsubscribing. Yeah, but that
creates like a stir, right? Like.
I don't know that we want that stir.
Oh, let's listen back and make a decision.
Even though it's our honest opinion on things.
Why'd you say it like you were saying it in quotes? It's our honest opinion.
I was trying to emphasize it.
I learned a thing. So in Christmas Vacation...
What are you doing to your arm there?
I'm just picking at it. The snotty male neighbor who's, I guess, married to Elaine from Seinfeld. Julia
in real life?
Dreyfus. No, in the Christmas Vacation movie. The neighbors of the Griswolds.
Yes.
The man is Christopher Guest's brother. So Christopher Guest did, like, you know, funny movies like This is Spinal Tap and Best in Show, and I'm sure there's like a million others. And they do look like when you look at their pictures, but that guy, that's the only thing I think I know him from. But that's Christopher Guest's brother. Why is the carpet all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. That's him. They'll know. If you know, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't know, clearly.
I don't know, and I think maybe a lot of...
Well, the younger little brats won't, but...
Brats?
The old people will. What's another unpopular opinion? Shaving your balls, apparently. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Are you saying my balls are too hairy?
I'm kidding. It was just like, I was just trying to see how you'd react, because you look like you weren't paying attention.
No, I was paying attention. What is going on over there?
I'm just testing. Testing you.
Okay.
Go ahead. Do one for me that, because you could say shaving your stuff, brushing your teeth. Do something.
Bathing.
Say something. Cut Steve. What else? Unpopular
opinion.
Come and give us your unpopular. It's such a good fucking song. I mean, it's not, but it is.
I don't like pho. Or pho.
I've never had it. Why don't you like it? Paint me a word picture. What does it taste like? Paint me a mouth picture.
I've had pho a few different times, and it just tastes like spicy water with a little bit of stuff in it.
Did you have it at the same place?
I had it at a couple different places.
Oh, okay.
One of the places, the meat had like knuckles in it.
You always get the knuckles.
That's a thing I hate.
That's not an unpopular opinion, though. That's just bad luck, and it's fair that you don't like that.
What's that Spanish dish where they leave
paella?
Paella. I fucking hate paella.
Yeah, that's an unpopular opinion, possibly.
Paella can
he's eat fisting.
An entire...
He's fisting. He's creating a fist.
Paella can eat an entire bowl of asses.
Oh. Yeah.
Because just de-shell the shrimp. Come on.
I have to say, the first time I ate it in Spain, I was like, what do I do with this? Am I supposed to eat these shelled creatures with the antenna all... Bing, 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 bing?
You got a fucking lazy chef. That's your problem.
It is Spain.
Ooh, did y'all hear that?
I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I
think that might be like some kind of racism.
No, they're white. It's cool. Trust me on this.
Okay.
I was there. No, I mean, maybe they got it right. They take lots of breaks. They take siestas. I loved it. But in the kitchen, I mean, yeah.
I mean...
Do my shrimp, do my seafood work for me.
It just makes no sense. You've got it in a bowl. It's one thing to have it on the side where it's like, okay, this thing I'm going to be preparing with my hands.
Like if you're going to a crab feed, you know you have to harvest your crab meat. Like you come prepared. You have a bib. You have your crackers. You don't get that usually. And here, I think in America, at least when I've had it, which is not a lot, they don't prep it that way. Like when you, and also I think in England, when my former partner would make it from like Frozen, they don't give you that crap. You know, so clearly it's not popular.
To me, it's a do it or don't situation.
Yeah.
Either prep it all or don't. Why husk the rice? Or wait, is there rice in it?
I think the rice comes that way. Yeah.
Why not make the customer husk their own fucking rice while you're at it? Why not just put a bag of seasoning on the table and be like, here, thump.
All right, that's a bit. I think it's because it's like almost like a garnish, except I think you are supposed to eat those guys.
You're not supposed to eat the shells, though.
Well, right.
Shouldn't have to de-shell.
The thing is, I wasn't brave enough like to look around and see if other people, like how other people were eating it, because I was like,
you just see them like crunching through the shells.
Yeah, like good. Are you just, you know, is it like when you eat chicken, like you just eat it with your hands?
Doesn't Mr. Bean eat it? I think Mr. Bean might eat it. I haven't watched
nearly as much Mr. Bean. See, here's your mortal mistake or whatever, is saying that you don't like Letterkenny and then referencing Mr. Bean.
Mr. Bean is at least up 200 notches above Letterkenny.
Wow.
That's a seriously unpopular opinion.
Yeah, probably.
Mr.
I don't know,
Bean's
though.
Great, though.
I don't know. Do people like Mr. Bean?
Except I did watch Mr. Bean recently, and it's kind of hard to watch.
Is it a recent one,
It's really
though,
cringy.
Or, yeah.
He's always getting into some kind of situation where he's...
Yeah, that's kind of
having to, like,
point.
sneak around or something, you know? It's just hard to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
Did you see the episode where his car gets crushed by a tank, and he keeps it in his attic? No. Attic?
What did you say?
Addict.
Freudian slip, huh? You talking about you or me?
Who's the one?
My little band-aids are falling off.
Hear that? Her band-aids are falling off.
How dare you?
I don't know.
All right. What was the thing you just said?
About what?
Unpopular opinion?
Mr. Bean?
Yeah. How awesome it is. How it's a work of genius.
I like Rowan Atkinson. I don't think that's unpopular opinion.
I don't like him very much.
Why not?
I like him better in Blackadder, but I hated Mr. Bean. I mean, like, just that, I don't know, something about him just bugs me, but...
Well, he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
He is always in a difficult situation and always making things worse. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a horrible person.
I think he's a narcissist.
He's horrible.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't like him.
Yeah. But there are moments where it's funny.
Okay. What's another unpopular opinion?
And they aren't just shooting lines at you where you're like, hold on.
It doesn't have to be compared to Letterkenny.
to circle back to Letterkenny.
Just let it stand on its own.
I don't have to sit there with a notebook and pause the video because I know I'm not. I may be stupid.
Good. That's a good one. It's a good joke device.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But I'm not that stupid. Oh. It's kind of hard to follow. It's kind of hard to follow that kind of rapid fire stuff. I always had trouble following some of Robin Williams' jokes because it's like I'm not on cocaine. I can't follow your jokes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he's a bit dated. You know, it was like edgy at the time, but
just rapid fire. I can't. My brain doesn't work fast enough for that.
Okay.
What about you? Any popular opinions?
Any popular opinions?
Any flun-flopular opinions?
What's something that like a lot of girls like that I'm not into?
Shoes. Jinx. Sarah.
This is when
I said your name. You are free.
This is when we need the video. Because, like, 20 seconds of that.
So, shoes.
Gold! Shoes.
Shoes, makeup.
Clothes.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You know what's weird is I've been, like, kind of thinking about it a lot lately. Like, I kind of would want to go back and watch it again, past the horse scene.
It's all about...
But I know.
It's all about the rival whatever.
But I pine for the good old days before, you know.
There's not a zombie to see. There might be. I haven't watched it in a long time. I just remember the last time I saw it, it was just rival tribes or whatever you even call them. Rival mini civilizations.
Yeah. I still need to finish that Korean school zombie show.
Oh yeah, that one was freaky.
All of Us Are Dead or some kind of thing.
That was a crazy one.
Was it? It was still followed kind of a formula, but
yeah,
you know, it was entertaining though. I should finish it. It just doesn't seem like there's time lately.
Yeah.
I mean, with all the Subnautica I've been playing, I just can't squeeze it in.
You haven't played it in a couple of days. What
I know, but I really was for a minute. Like a lot. Let's try to end with one more unpopular opinion each.
Okay.
Does that help? Does the finger... Ew, don't, because you're going to accidentally pluck something, and then you're going to flick it on me, and I'll throw up. I will throw up at you. Unpopular opinion.
God.
What?
This episode is a disaster.
No, it's not. Stop it.
Stop it.
I feel like there's...
I mean, you got to think about genres and stuff, right?
Not necessarily. It could be anything. Okay, so here's...
That's what I mean. You got to think about, like, foods, drink, movies, music.
Seafood. You don't like seafood, really? Oh, you like sushi, I guess. You don't like salmon. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion.
Salmon is dry and salty.
Phew.
It's okay as, what, sashimi?
I guess that's not really an unpopular opinion. You have nice arms. You have nice muscular arms.
Thanks.
Nice.
Are there any kind of foods that you hate?
Fudge.
I think a lot of people like fudge.
Well, then it's an unpopular opinion.
Boom.
Come and give us your unpopular opinion. Fuck. It's never gonna leave me.
You know my unpopular opinion that I think I've gotten hate for on the channel before.
Really? What is it?
I don't like Pink Floyd.
Oh, yeah, you did get one credit of hate.
But I feel like maybe a lot of people
vehement.
feel that when I say I don't like Pink Floyd. I feel like your mom has even said, like, what? You don't like Pink Floyd?
Yeah. Well, I went off on you because you just kept ripping on them after I said I loved them. So it was a little bit, more than a little bit inconsiderate.
Maybe a little bit like the Letterkenny situation.
Yeah, but I didn't say I loved Letterkenny. It's different when your partner, the love of your life, says they love it, and then you continue shitting on it.
The stupidest thing I've ever heard.
You left a grumpy on my Pink Floyd.
Do you want to explain that?
Oh, they know.
I don't know that they'll know.
If you know, you know. I'm just kidding.
That's what we are now. We're an inside joke podcast.
We are.
You'll have no fucking clue what's happening. Kind of like Arrested Development. If you come in mid-season, you have no clue what the fuck is happening.
All right. So Johnny Depp said to Amber Heard.
All right.
Left a
moving on.
I'm not moving on. I'm doing what you've asked.
Well, I was talking.
Oh, okay.
But then you were like, okay, well.
I just felt like you were being mean to me, and I wanted to stop.
Do you remember that episode of?
No, I'm telling them what a grumpy is.
But real quick, do you remember that episode of Arrested Development when Borg? What the fuck was his name?
I don't know.
The guy with the deep voice
Will
that
Arnett.
is Canadian, yes. Mm-hmm. His character. Why?
I have no idea.
Why?
I don't know any. I still haven't watched it except that episode.
He breaks a tooth and then whistles all of his S's. That's all I wanted to say. And I liked that part because I'm an idiot who thinks
that's funny.
Dumb things are funny.
Okay, so if you haven't watched Murderville, I mean, pretty much there's like 2 episodes you should watch, right? Which is Will Arnett kind of doing like an improv detective show. But only 2 or 3 of the episodes are worthwhile. So the Conan one, and definitely the Kumail
Nanjiani. But I think
it's Kumail.
I think it's Kumail, but everybody calls him Kumail,
including himself. So keep that in mind.
He's Pakistani. Isn't that how you pronounce A's in their language?
I think he probably knows, or he gets to choose his name.
I think what would you call it? Whitewashed his name.
Don't assume that because
I could be wrong.
Anyway, so
looking at
I think the way he says it is Kumail Nanjiani.
Yes.
And it's so goddamn funny. Just those 2 episodes, I think.
You guys have to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, we keep watching one of those scenes with Kumail like multiple times, and every time we're wheeze laughing.
It makes me cry a little bit. He's so fucking funny.
The one with Conan was good too. But so he has like a guest on, and they sort of do have to work out the clues of like a quote unquote murder while on the show, while also, being funny. And
it's nicely kind of on the spot.
Yeah,
type comedy.
I mean, Sharon Stone is like, she's not a comedian.
Yeah.
That other guy who was like a sports guy is not a comedian. The Ken Jeong guy, is that his name?
I don't know.
The guy from Community.
Yeah.
Is a bit hammy.
From Community.
and I forget who the other person was. Anyway, yeah, check that out. Check half of that show out.
Will Arnett's funny.
He's so funny. Back to the Grumpy. So
they also have a podcast.
Yes. Yeah. I'm sure. Have we not talked about that? Smartless. So
Smartless.
Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean Hayes. And they have, I love, well, Dave Grohl was fun.
They rip on each other pretty hard.
They do. But they interview, celebrity type people, not just, prominent people also. Dave Grohl, I really enjoyed. And who is the late night? It's Colbert. He's
Colbert
so
was
funny.
on the show?
Yeah.
Oh, I must not have heard that one.
Oh. He was so funny. I think he was just ripping on Conan.
Colbert needs to go back to his freaking pandemic version of his show where it's just him and his wife and like maybe a camera guy or something. Or like
his son or something was maybe sometimes on there.
That layout was so good and chill. The audiences are not good. Yeah. Wooing.
That might be an unpopular opinion.
Wooing 420 jokes and just, you guys know. You guys know when somebody's up on stage saying, "So I got drunk last night." Woo, yeah. Whoa, woo. Like, fucking shut up. Wow, he got drunk. Wow, he smoked some weed. Jesus, let's whistle about it for 10 fucking minutes.
Anyway, back to the Grumpy. Johnny Depp in the trial said that Amber Heard left a Grumpy, which is a poo, on their bed, and that she tried to blame it on their Yorkies. And he's like, I know what size my Yorkies stuff is, and that wasn't them. So yeah, he called it a Grumpy, and now everyone's going to be calling that a Grumpy forever and ever. Amen. So thank you, Mr. Depp.
What was she thinking?
Well, she might be regretting, I don't know, I haven't been following it, but she might be regretting
why would you drop a big dirty deuce on the bed anyway?
Because she wasn't going to be living there anymore? I don't know.
Even so, it's such a weird thing to do, like, let the air out of his tires or something.
Well, she clearly wasn't planning on cleaning it up herself. So who's doing that for you? You have no respect for them. Johnny or maids? Ew.
Yeah, the maid.
Ew.
Well, he might have cleaned it up because he might have been embarrassed by it.
I don't know.
Oh, just imagining him retching, like
I would pay someone
while he scoops it off the bed.
I would pay someone. I'd say, I'll pay you good money to just come throw it away so I don't have to. I guess that's what you do is you just roll it up and throw it away. You'd completely bundle it up, not even try to put
throw
it.
All the bedding out.
Just throw all the bedding out. You'd have to. You gonna wash that shit literally and figuratively? No.
What kind of a person does that to another person?
Killer.
To another person who they supposedly loved at one point.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I don't know. I would never do that.
Here you go.
Well, like we said, even if we absolutely hated each other, I don't think I could do that. I couldn't poop off of a toilet on command,
So you think she just stood up on the bed and squatted?
How else?
Because it's hard to stand on a bed too.
How else?
It's not that hard, but it's
it's not stable.
It's not stable.
You need to be stable when you're pooping.
It'd be funny if she fell in it.
I have a hard time pooping without my squatty potty, so I could not poop. I don't have strong legs either, so I'd have to be doing a squat and relaxing enough to poo.
This is what our show is now. It's talking through the logistics of pooping on a bed.
This is what people want. Trust me. All right, we'll wrap it up then. Do you want to do an outro?
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, good one. Bye.
Do you want to do one?
No. Tell us your unpopular opinions or something. See you next time.
Bye-bye.